Before we begin, let us take a trip down the memory lane back when Star Wars comics was actually good. Here we have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And on the cover, we see a Jedi who is defending a woman that seems to be unconscious. And he is risking his life in order to take her to safety. He could abandon her, but no, he is placing himself between blaster fire and this lady in order to save her. So it's very heroic. This would definitely make me want to read the comic. It's also very beautifully drawn, and there's a lot of detail placed into these characters. So it would make me want to buy this if I was in a comic book store. Then we see Star Wars Republic. You have the shadow of the Emperor behind, and all the power and the might of the Empire descending upon the reader. And I guess these are the only people that are standing in the way between the invasion, between the Empire and freedom. And it says here, politics, war, and death, a Jedi's tale. Because at the end of the day, this is what Star Wars is about. It's Star Wars. I mean, I remember when it was a clip with Ben Shapiro, and someone asked, it's like, well, why does Star Wars have to be about wars? And it's like, well, it's because it's in the title, Star Wars. It's what people expect. If you want to write something else, make a different franchise. Then you have Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, the Sith War. So we get to see the Jedi, which is about to be defeated, as the Sith with the red lightsaber did a successful slash. Again, it makes you want to read more about it, because you want to see how the Jedi is going to survive. Very beautifully drawn. Again, if I was in a comic book store, I would want to buy this. Dark Times, Escape into Pearl. You have an iconic Star Wars figure. You have Darth Vader here. So let's see how Star Wars is like today. And we can witness the absolute state that the mouse has brought Star Wars to. I understand you're not supposed to criticize the mouse. Lindsay Ellis, Nostalgia Chick, showed us that if you criticize the mouse, it's racist. But look, what on earth is this stuff? Star Wars, right, is the title. Star Wars, and you're showing me food. Maybe it's like they're trying to rip off anime, and they look at Food Wars, and they said, oh, well, Food Wars is good, so maybe we can have that. Okay, but Food Wars has boobies. I mean, it's the sex appeal and the romantic comedy, which is enticing young teenagers to watch Food Wars. This is not enticing. Look at how this person is drawn. Like, look how ugly the facial expression is. What on earth is this? This person is probably suffering from some disease, aren't they? Some genetic malformity. They should be in a hospital, not rating to be a Jedi. Just saying, the way they're drawing it. Look, even the ears aren't symmetrical. Like, just put the face away. Look at the ears. One ear is here, one ear is here. Like, the artist is someone who really doesn't give a crap. I guess, like, they must underpay their artists to the point where good enough is considered to be excellent in the language of the mouse. But, yeah, I mean, look, you can actually do this, okay, if you want. For some reason, Attack on Titan had this. You can make a parody out of the main franchise, and you can have Food Wars in the universe of Star Wars, but it should be a separate IP. It shouldn't be in the main comic. Because if you want to read Star Wars right now, if you're a Star Wars fan for some ungodly reason, and you want to read Star Wars comics, this is what you get. There aren't that many, and this is one of the main ones. And you're going to read about them cooking. You know what this reminds me of? They used to make the Star Wars Christmas special. A lot of you probably don't know it because it was so abysmally received. It was so bad that the ratings plummeted and people just didn't want to talk about it. They pretend it doesn't exist. But you can Google Star Wars Christmas special and you can see that this has been tried before. They did try to take Star Wars because it's popular and make it into something that is not supposed to be. And you got something like this. So if I was in a comic book store and I see this on the shelves, I leave the comic book store. Like, it's to a detriment of the comic book store owner on having this. It's not that I won't buy it. No, I won't buy anything from there because it gives a bad taste in my mouth. It makes me not want to read comics anymore. It's nothing personal with the comic book store owner, for which I have all the respect. But it's just like, okay, I seen this, and it makes me question my life. It makes me question, do I really need to support this industry if they're going to produce this? So I go supporting manga instead. I would rather buy Food Wars than this. Food Wars is actually good. And by the way, what does the image on the comic actually tries to display? So he looks to be very happy and smug because he has this big cake. And this other guy seemed to have lost all the confidence because his is smaller. Like, what exactly are they trying to say? It's like, oh, look how grande he look. He is muy grande, and he is Chaquito. What are they trying to say here? So, like, the winner of a food competition is about making it bigger. Like, if you bake it more, it's better. Like, oh, you have to read the comic to find out, eh? Not today. What do you say to the god of the mouse? Not today, mouse. Not today.